What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm finally going to be doing a room tour video, so let's get right on into it. Alright, so before we get started, I'm going to show you guys a couple new additions and stuff that I've already shown off. We have this Chris Statlander turnbuckle pad that I got at GalaxyCon Richmond, and the Sharpie never dried on it. You guys have seen my AEW figures. I don't know if I had the Chase Sting last time. I sent my Wardlow off to get autographed, and I don't know if I showed off my Darby Allin autograph. And then I met Matt Hardy at SC Comic Con a few weeks ago. I met FTR, got both their figures signed and their NXT figure signed at SC Comic Con a few weeks ago. And I sent off Stu Grayson from the Dark Order to get signed, so that's going to be another addition. And then we have just some like prop replicas and a couple of my Hot Toys and the boxes and these random WWF and WCW Beanie Babies. Just more boxes of figures. Got the Blood and Guts 2-pack here, some more Hot Toys. And as you see, my pops are all put, like, they used to cover up the whole entire room. They are all now hidden back here behind everything. Like, if I move this box here, there's like all my autograph pops, and I forgot I had a Jeff Hardy autograph back there and all that fun stuff. And then we will go over here. Do not show these two right here behind me. Do not show those.
Okay.
So I got the Undisputed Era and the green attires, more pops. I have probably more Disney Parks pops than anybody you know. Going over here, it's just more pops and Hot Toys boxes, and then the Blood and Guts 2-pack of Cody and Dustin, and the old Raw is War entrance arena, if you can see that. Just figures I haven't opened. As you see, I have what, 4 Darby Allin chases, so make sure you go enter the giveaway on my Instagram for one of those. You get a chance to win one of these for free. I have a warehouse diorama here, if you can get in there and see that. For just random figure photography right now, there's a Spider-Man wearing a Santa jacket for whatever reason. Then I have my Boss Fight Studios Mask Republic diorama. I used it as like a little convention setup or an indie arena. That's why I have the guardrail and the chairs here. Very pleased with how that looks so far. And then we go right over here to where I have some more of my autographs and chases. My favorite AEW figure in my collection, Sheeta autograph, Lance Archer. We met Chris Statlander and Britt Baker going down there. And then a rare MJF autographed figure, which I haven't shown off too much. And coming over here, this is my table when I finally get approved on Whatnot. I'm going to be doing streams here. I got my phone set up. I have a figure that's going to be spinning, the new Mean Mark Callis Elite. Got the It's Cobb playmat right there. So that's going to be really cool. Stay tuned for that. Just, you know, a couple random figures that hang out on my desk with me. Then we go on to, or should we save this for last? Should we save this for last?
Yes.
Okay, we'll save the arena for last. Up next is my review station. As you see, I have the Dark Order figures sitting here. Figure they all look good together. I got to put them back up on the shelf. Then I have just a random backstage setup. Nothing much going on. I got Triple H and Shawn Michaels sitting there right now. And then up here on the wall, I'm going to put the rest of my AEW figures as they come out to match the other side. Up top here, just some mock Jeff Hardy's. Got the Hardy Boys Funko signed, the Epic Moments 2-pack signed. I got to get Sting signed, and then the ringside Cody and an extra ringside Darby. Starting here, we have my Hardy Boys collections. Got Matt over here, Jeff over here, and the Matt Hardy chase in the back, if you can see that out of the box. Alright, then we go down here, we got just my Sting and Darby Allin set up. I have a custom of the 1 of 500 chase, and I have a loose version of the 1 of 5,000 chase. Then Straight Edge Society, Punk, and Gallows, a random AJ Lee thrown in there. And then some Seth Rollins Elites that I like, and CM Punk figures. After that, I got some NXT talent and some tag teams just kind of sprinkled in there. And if you go over to the right, I have the Cruiserweights. And I was always a big fan of Neville being the Cruiserweight champion, and Buddy Murphy being Cruiserweight champion, and Enzo. Then we go on down to the very bottom of the shelf. I have where my Dark Order figures go, except right now they're on the review station, and some more NXT tag teams, and I'm a huge fan of American Alpha, if you can tell. Up here is my NXT and NXT 2.0 shelf. I got a few customs that I've done recently. I have a Solo Sikoa, Dexter Loomis, Grayson Waller, kinda. I need to do some touch-ups on that. Then I have here all of the championships that I have on display for NXT. I gotta have the women's title up here with Raquel when I put her on the shelf. I have my favorite figure in my collection, my NXT War Games Tommaso Ciampa from last year. Love this figure. His wife actually DM'd me on Instagram and told me how much that they both love that figure. I got a Braun Breaker Custom Elite right here. Very pleased with how this came out. It's just an old Ryback body painted. And just more NXT people sprinkled through here. Then we have some like early 2000s, the Ruthless Aggression period wrestlers thrown in here. Obviously got to have the, I think this is the Hall of Fame Edge front and center. And just more, you know, random figures in here. You got the rare Elite 3 Miz, got the Elite 7 Crime Time, I believe, and the Finlay figure. And I actually have the shoulder pad and the shillelagh that go with that, so I need to add that so you can see those. If you come down here, I'm gonna have a whole Evolution set here. I don't know what else. I'm actually working on Spirit Squad customs. Just Jeff and Undertaker from their ladder match that kind of put Jeff on the map. And one of my favorite tag teams, for whatever reason, from the Ruthless Aggression would be Deuce and Domino with Cherry. Then after that, there are my AEW tag teams. I have the Inner Circle back here. I have Blackpool Combat Club, I think is their name. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. And all of the Pinnacle right there with the Forbidden figurines. AAA Tag Team Championships on the Dax and Cash. Then I have the Hardy Boys here. Coming up top here, we have Best Friends. This Chuck Taylor figure has fallen over 3 times and knocked all of these over. Have Pride and Powerful with Eddie Kingston, Death Triangle here, and part of the House of Black until I get a Brody King figure. And I'm not going to order the FTC figure. Coming down here, just more singles people for AEW. A custom Punk with shorts from his one match with MJF, I think. No, his match with Eddie Kingston. Then I have a custom MJF in a suit sitting in a chair here. I really like the way that looks. Jungle Boy Series 1 Kenny, Britt Baker. Then a couple of Mattels sprinkled in here because they don't have like AEW figures of them yet. We still need a Christopher Daniels figure. It's a shame we don't have one. I got a custom TBS title and I put it on Toni Storm because I'd like to see her as champion. Oh god. There we go, got that back up. Got a custom Hook figure everybody seemed to love when I first posted it. And we have a Series 5 Hangman Chase loose. Come on down here, just some suited figures. I really like the way these look. I need to add J&J Security to that, wherever they are. I got some of my ECW people in here from the WWE ECW and ECW Arenals, just kind of, originals, not Arenals. It's sprinkled through there. Then if you go on down to the bottom, it's kind of my Lucha shelf. I got various Rey Mysterios. I got some Sin Cara, Ricochet and Luchasaurus, Eddie Guerrero. And I really like the Legado del Fantasma customs that I did of Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. Then I got just some random elites still in box. I got the entire Spider-Man retro wave, well this wave of them. WWE tag teams here. Very underrated tag team of Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Definitely go watch some of their matches. Got the old school Usos. Got Rusev Day, Street Profits, RK Bro, and then I have the Bloodline with Paul Heyman standing behind them. And this is a custom Carlito that I'm currently working on. Then we go down here, we have the women's figures. Got some of my favorites sitting up there, and then the ones that I have no idea where to put yet are kind of just laying down wherever. And part of my diorama actually blocks that shelf, so I gotta move that, but that's just what that looks like so far. And then here is my gym diorama, but I'm actually going to completely redo it. Instead of having it fold out like this, it's just gonna be a wall here and 2 walls here, and sprinkle all this workout equipment in there in the meantime. And then one of my favorite tag teams in NXT was the Undisputed Era. I have all of their War Games figures, mock, and the debut elites of the original Undisputed Era. Then I had the Chase and the regular Series 92 Adam Cole Elites mock. I have a 3D printed sign that my nephew did for me and told me to hang it up there with the rest of my figures. I need to clean it up, but other than that, it's pretty cool that he did that. And then I have the basics in the green attire. I'm just missing Adam Cole. I have a random bottle that my buddy gave to me. I got the chair that came with Roderick Strong. I got all the War Games attires here. And I have just their debut elites and some AEW fix-ups of them. Then we come down here, we have the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast figures, just some Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers sprinkled in there with a Heath Slater. I'm waiting on a head for Smart Mark Sterling. I have Hornswoggle figures, Chelsea Green autograph, and just some Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona figures here. Random stuff sprinkled in down here. You know, it's kind of a mess there. Then I have just the only remaining part of my Disney collection still out is this shelf here. Random action packs, the cards I use for Deuce and Domino, Blue Spirit custom figures, some mock Marvel Legends, SmackDown entrance stage with a random Fortnite shark. That right there all together is the War Games arena. Here's how I keep all my heads and hands separated. Just some random Attitude Era figures up here. Gotta have Wally out wherever you go. And now it's time for the main event, the arena. And this is my current arena setup. This is the AEW stage pop-up. I have the SmackDown stage pop-up behind it in case I need it, and I have the Raw stage still in package. These are just random guardrails that I got off eBay, and I like the way that looks. This is the ringside barricade. This is the SmackDown main event ring, I think. And just random wrestlers sprinkled in there. I got these cool announce tables off of eBay. They're 3D printed. So I really like the way that those look. And that's pretty much it. As always, thanks for watching. And last but not least, take it easy. Thanks.